So when presented with a big lump of clay, I just start doodling with it. I squish it around a bit, and one step leads to the next. I don't necessarily have an idea in mind when I start. In fact, I find that a hindrance because I'm trying to adhere to something that doesn't exist yet. Whereas if I keep my mind completely open and I stay curious for as long as it takes, then I just keep working, and one baby step leads to the next, and I follow my hands, I remove my analytical brain, I just keep playing with the clay and exploring it. And eventually something comes into focus. And I mean, to be quite honest with you, with this piece of clay, those two legs appeared very quickly, so I knew it was going to be a figure. So that did give me some certainty from the start. The whole process, the creative process, I have to trust it. I have to trust where it's going, even if I don't know. You know, I take risks because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just clay. I can add water and then dissolve it and it's gone again, and it's no big deal. It doesn't have to always end in something. But yeah, so I often play around with the clay and pull it around quite a lot, actually. It can be quite elastic when it's wet, but then I've been playing with clay for decades now, so I know how far I can push it and pull it and squidge it. I listen to the clay. I have a dialogue with it. I observe it deeply. I can see when it's stretching too much. I can feel it when it's dried out or it's too wet. It doesn't behave at its optimum when it's too dry or too wet. When I'm first working with the clay and it's wet, it's a different feeling from at the end of the process when it's dried out to leather hard, where I can put in more details and I can play with the structure more. When the clay's wet and I'm first shaping it and I don't have a direction, then I just trust the process, and it brings me to some kind of recognition, to a point where I can see, okay, her hand's going to go on her head. I know that feeling, laying on the couch when it's so hot and I can't think, and yeah, that lethargy. So yes, this piece was made during a heat wave, and she's just reflecting how I was feeling at the time, being too hot in the summer, just swoon. One of the things I really love is opening the kiln door and seeing the pieces in all their colour, because they go in grey and they come out beautiful. So the kiln's been cooling for 2 full days, and the temperature now is 50 degrees Celsius, and I am going to open it. It's a glaze firing that was at 1260 degrees. And as Grayson Perry says, opening the kiln is an exercise in controlled disappointment. I'm just going to have a quick peek first. Oh. Taking them out of the kiln is one thing, but when you take them away from the artist's hands and hang them on somebody's wall or a gallery wall, and they're in a completely neutral space, then they come alive and they live on their own. It was really wonderful to see how people interpret them and bring their own stories to them.